Waking up dead inside of my head will never, never do. There is no medicine to take. I've had a chance to be insane asylum from the falling rain. I've had a chance to break. It's so bad, it's got to be good. Mysterious girl, misunderstood. Dressed like a wedding cake. Any other day and I might play a funeral march for Barney Bray. Why try and run away? Slow cheetah, come before my forest. Look like it's on today. Slow cheetah, come and so euphoric, no matter what they say. I know a girl, she worked in a store. She knew not what her life was for. She barely knew her name. They tried to tell her she would never be as happy as a girl in a magazine. She bought it with her pay. Slow cheetah, come before my forest. Look like it's on today. Slow cheetah, come and so euphoric, no matter what they say. Everyone has so much to say. They talk their lives away. Don't even hesitate. Walking on down to the burial ground. It's a very old dance with a merry old sound. Looks like it's on today. Slow cheetah, come before my forest. Look like it's on today. Slow cheetah, come and so euphoric, no matter what they say. Slow cheetah, come before my forest. Look like it's on today. Slow cheetah, come and so euphoric, no matter what they say.
Slow Cheetah, take 2. So this is actually my second take of this. Hello, my name is Chay, and thank you for watching my cover of the Red Hot Chili Peppers song Slow Cheetah on the bass from my series where I'll be covering all of the Chaydium Arcadium songs on the bass. I also like to give my opinions briefly after the song, just for a little bit of fun really. What I think of when this song comes to mind is the Chaydium Arcadium interview documentary series where Flea's talking about when he's showing somebody a bass line from this album, he chooses this song. And I was a bit confused by that at the time. I was sort of thinking, why has he done that? It never really stood out to me as a song with a particularly phenomenal or impressive bass line. It's not even stood out to me as a song with a particularly prominent bass line, which is what I would prioritize if I was showing somebody something, because I would think that if something is a good example of what I want to do in the bass, it's going to be prominent within the mix. And the bass is not particularly prominent within this song, especially once the drums start to kick in. I really focus on the melody, the singing, and the guitar in this song. But I do think it's important to serve the song. And what I mean by serving the song is sort of when somebody intentionally decides to curtail their technical abilities, or their, maybe show off a little bit less and play a little quieter, be prepared to be a bit lower down in the mix, which is pretty standard for most bass lines, but a little bit uncharacteristic of Red Hot Chili Peppers bass lines. With the exception of the album By the Way, I think Flea is learned on that album how to be a role player for the bass, on the bass, quite prominently. That album's focus in terms of songwriting and aesthetic really relies on the bass being sort of atypical to the Red Hot Chili Pepper sound. They're not going to be slapping the bass, you're not going to be hearing it high up in the mix. You're going to really need to have a good set of speakers to hear the bass clearly. But I think it works well, and I think that this song shows a good deal of growth in the sound of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Obviously, John Frusciante has written an incredible guitar part to go along with this, and I think that Flea has decided he wants to write something to augment that, and I really respect that. There's a lot of different parts to this song. If the last song, which is She's Only 18, is quality over quantity, I think this song is quality through quantity. There's a lot of different parts. Most of it centers around root notes and sort of walking bass lines between them, which I really, quite like that style. It's quite fun to learn to play. I'm glad I did learn to play this song. I wouldn't have if it hadn't been part of, if I weren't doing the whole album. I would never listen to this song as a single and go, I've got to learn the bass part of that song. That being said, I think that's a shame, because it's certainly worth learning. There's some really nice slides, some really nice hammer-ons, and some really nice pull-offs in this song. I think particularly the end, where you're doing the outro riffs and the guitar sort of slightly fading down and the mix is becoming less full, you can hear that bass, and it kind of gives this whole ethereal vibe to it. This song is all vibes, 100% vibes. Love the singing, love the lyrics. It's all vibes, man. What can I say? 7 out of 10, good vibes. Also 7 out of 10 for difficulty, because there's so many different parts. I find it difficult to remember which part is coming next sometimes, rather than it being technically difficult or stamina intensive to play, which some of the songs by the Red Hot Chili Peppers really can be. It proposes a different type of challenge, and I like that. 7 out of 10, above average difficulty.